let's talk about some movie release dates.
Movie. Oh gosh, yeah. This is a weird little.
So we're going to start with December 2026 movie
Mhm.
release dates. We're going to do December of 2026 and December of 2027.
Okay.
Um,
What about December of 2025? What's coming out this year?
just Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
No Marvel, no Star Wars.
All right.
You know we're gonna have if they don't make that trailer public for Doomsday quick enough, we're gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah.
So December 2026, and of course the weekend seems to be around the 18th. I think that middle of the month weekend, the weekend. I guess this would be the weekend before Christmas, maybe.
Uh-huh.
December 2026. Everybody, of course, knows Avengers Doomsday is coming on that day. Same day, December 18th, Dune Part 3, Dune Messiah.
Dune Messiah, y'all. I'm so excited. Like when they were coming out, like I was excited when they were coming out with the Dune movie. And I saw the first one, I was like, they did a beautiful job. But y'all, that second movie, if you ever were like, Timothy Chalamet's kind of a little shrimp who, his range is whatever. No, y'all, like he brought it.
No, that's when I mean I like Dune Part 1 is just amazing, but Dune Part 2, he shocked me because I really was like, can this guy like turn it on and be this not just intimidating,
scary.
Needs to be scary.
Yeah.
Dude can do it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what Dune Messiah is going to look like really, like but I am very, very excited to see where that's going. But
is Messiah it's not the twins story,
no,
is it?
No.
Which one is that?
I'm all, the thing is, I haven't read those books. I've read Dune many times. I've only read the additional books a couple of times, and I haven't read.
Oh no, Messiah is the one with the sister.
Yeah, I think so. But Dune, but
it is the one with the twins.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I mean, honestly, I haven't read those other books since probably high school, which is a long time ago.
Really long time ago. I don't know how that happened, y'all.
It's half a life ago.
I was just young, just a minute ago.
But the crazy thing is, like, I mean, obviously, this December spot has become.
It's the spot.
It's the spot, outside of the May spot.
Yeah.
And all this, I guess this really takes off as the spot going all the way back to Lord of the Rings. Really becoming the beginning of pushing having a monstrous release in December, like a summer blockbuster type release.
Such a good idea, though. It's like,
yeah,
everybody's all out of school. Everybody's looking for something to do. Everybody wants something to do to entertain their family. It's like everybody's here. Nobody okay, I have to say, not my family. My family always liked each other. But but we did, especially once we all got to be teenagers, we would load up on the holidays. And all the teenagers would drive into town and we'd go see whatever movie was out. And there for a minute, it was Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I guess my concern here.
1 year it was Monsters, Inc. I got sick that year. I ate too much popcorn with butter.
I guess my concern with this is looking at this and going, so okay, so let's start here. This recent quarter, AMC lost $300 million. Wow. And that didn't count October. Like, that was to date, right around $300 million in losses for the biggest theater company on the planet. So I think the conversation here, the conversation we always had when two big movies pick the same date, you go, gosh, that's going to hurt them both. And that may be the case here. Although I think that Doomsday is the runaway favorite in this particular case. I think the one for 2027 that we're going to discuss in a minute, is a little more problematic than this one. Dune has done well, but it hasn't been like it hasn't. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Dune Part 1 and 2 is like probably the greatest achievement of pure science fiction on the big screen ever. Like, period. I say that while y'all all know that that I lump Star Wars purely as fantasy, not science fiction, because nothing really tops the accomplishment of Star Wars in 1977. It literally changed the world.
Okay, I submit that we have a science fiction and a fantasy, which is obviously Lord of the Rings, and then let's just give because I mean to say that Star Wars is not fantasy or is not science fiction, I think it's both.
My argument against Star Wars being science fiction has always been George Lucas's quote. Now, I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say the TV shows have had the more recent Star Wars TV shows have had a more of a tendency to be more in the science fiction camp. But
Andrew, George if you categorize it my way, then we get all three of the good ones.
Yeah. But I just, so my point is that George Lucas literally said, when I write Star Wars, I don't think about the science part of it at all. I write my story and we'll just figure that out as we go.
Yeah. That's not Gene Roddenberry is the one who coined technobabble. So yeah, that's also sometimes true for real science fiction writers.
Yes. But I mean, there were a lot of things they knew what they wanted to be. Star Wars ignores
a lot of
science.
Yeah, that's true. But Dune, yes.
Yeah. And even George Lucas called it science fantasy.
Okay, so there we go. Science fantasy. We got Lord of the Rings, we got Dune, we got Star Wars. I mean, I think it's hard to top those on the trilogy front. Yeah. But let's talk about the next. Okay, so not next year, not this December, not next December.
I need to finish a statement because it's going to apply to both.
Okay.
We've always talked about these movies. Oh, they're going to hurt each other in the box office. And my concern is now no longer, they know that. They know when they pick this date that they're going to likely going to go head to head with something else big. Or like, is releasing these two things together further hurting the theaters? Like, I mean, I'm really starting to feel like 2027, we got a pretty big theater year coming. But I'm kind of starting to feel like,
how many theaters are there still going to be in 2027?
Right. Or like, maybe that's the end of it. Like, maybe we have this amazing run in 2027 and then that's just it.
Do you think that they ever...
This is in the studio's hands, and so far they don't seem to be interested in saving the theaters, and I don't understand it. I don't know if they feel like if they kill off the theaters, if then everybody will have to buy their streaming service.
Yeah, the theaters are not hurting their streaming. I don't know. It's a whole conundrum. Yeah. But
so this is a big one. This is crazy. Two movies that big come in the same date, but then we skip forward to December 2027. Huh? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I got my dates right here. That's May release. Okay, so December. Wow, none of that's right. December 2027. We only have two movies already on the books for the entirety of the month of 2027 so far. They are The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, and Avengers Secret Wars. Like Dune, like for the Dune fans, like that's a really big thing to have the massive Avengers movie and Dune at the same time. That's for us. Now we're the kind of people, we were talking about this before we went live. We'll just go spend the whole day.
Yeah.
We'll go watch a movie and then we'll go get dinner and then we'll go back and watch another movie.
Right.
Like we're going to go spend the whole day and watch those movies. But I think when you drop a Lord of the Rings, where a lot of big names are going to come back, this isn't War of the Rohirrim. This isn't an animated Lord of the Rings movie,
which is underrated, by the way.
This is Peter Jackson comes back. Andy Serkis directs. Lots of characters come back.
Yeah.
And the potential for some characters that didn't get included in the original. We can get Glorfindel. We can get the Eridan and Elrohir. We can get a lot of.
If we don't get Elrond's twins, I'm done.
But we can get so many people that they couldn't find room to squeeze into the original movies. I think this is going to be. It could fall apart. It could not do well, but I think that the stars are aligning for this to be huge.
Yeah.
And then obviously now Avengers Secret Wars, I still think it's going to be massive. I think that Doomsday is going to be a absolute phenom. I think that it's starting to hear the things that the people that have been working on it are now saying.
Yeah.
Now that they're done filming, basically oh, how do we match Infinity War and Endgame?
Right.
Here it is. That kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think having Secret Wars and Hunt for Gollum in the theater on the same day is just absolute insanity. Yeah. Truth be told, the remaining 50% of people that still go to a theaters post 2019, maybe they're the hardcore people that go watch them both.
Yeah.
But the truth is, to be successful, these movies really, and that's the stat. Since 2019, not just general, how many people, how much did this movie make? The number of people that purchased theater tickets has declined by roughly 50%.
That's unreal. COVID killed movies, y'all. they're not dead yet, but
yeah, Nick, probably at this point, given what it costs to go to the theater, I think that if DC's trying to ramp up to a production schedule that mirrors Marvel's, which will take them a little while, and of course, right now we'll talk about this in another show, but
they're getting ready to retool again.
Well, Warner is for sale.
I know. I'm so tired of DC drama.
Warner
just make some good movies.
Warner Brothers is for sale, and Netflix, I believe, has bid. Universal has now bid. Paramount has bid.
Disney can't possibly acquire them, right? Disney acquires them, they go over the limit.
Disney can't even think about it.
If they tried to acquire them, then all of a sudden the
government's coming down on them. The government would never allow the purchase.
Yeah.
And then we're not going to talk about this here tonight either. Disney has maxed out what they can do and not get busted up.
Yeah.
The trust busters are already kind of giving Disney the side eye. And now Disney with this stuff with ESPN trying to screw over YouTube TV watchers on football last weekend. Disney's playing a very dangerous game.
So this is actually, Nick, I think is a really interesting
yeah. And so that was my thing. It's releasing these two things close together for some people, that's just going to be too much money.
And here's the thing, especially families, for when I'm working, a lot of times if I have, a weird day and I have extra time, I'll go see a movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it cost me $15 to go by myself to see a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do that when we had a theater here, because I being back then before we were married, like I could sit in the theater for $8 during the day.
But like you go, the thing is, you buy 4 tickets, you buy popcorn. Now all of a sudden you're $100 in.
Yeah,
I mean, really fast. You know, that's just.
Yeah,
and they're keeping movies in the theaters for such a short amount of time. It's not like,
well, that's
we'll go
the
see
real
this
problem.
one this month and we'll go see that one next month while it's still going to be in theaters. No, it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So if you don't go see them all in the first 2 weeks, then you could just forget it.
Well, by week 3, especially the DC stuff's already streaming somewhere 3 weeks in.
Yeah. And I think, Nicole, we're going to see more and more of this. I think the
theaters are at the point. In fact, the theaters AMC just made a massive deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, huge deal. Expect to see more things that you really enjoy on Netflix getting, popping up in theaters.
Yeah. But I think that this issue where a lot of movies are not going to be playing in local theaters is going to continue to be more and more, because it's harder and harder to make their money back. So they're going to be, they're going to be more likely to play the blockbuster on 2 screens than to, put something.
Well, that's
smaller.
the thing though. Like I think about the theater in Monroe. When you have a big summer blockbuster, they'll put it on 4 screens.
Yeah.
But like, if you can't even fill up one house, you're not going to do that anymore. So you got to fill those other screens.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't afford to put it in 4 rooms if you can only fill 1.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to start seeing less available times to see the movie.
Yeah. And they're just going to
then I do think that you have the possibility that they go, what do we do with these houses that we don't have something to show? And you start seeing.
Do they pay by the house?
I don't know, but I would assume they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, if I can have an empty room for a blockbuster, or if I can put something on, an older movie on that people want, and I think that the Fathom Events proves this model works.
Yeah.
Put on things people want to see. It ain't got to be 20 and 30 years old. It ain't got to be a 40-year-old movie. Put on something that came out 5 years ago that people still love.
Yeah.
And don't just do it on big anniversaries.
Yeah.
Like, we're post Halloween now. Like, if you have a 20 screen theater, why aren't you showing Christmas movies? A different Christmas movie every week.
Yeah.
From now till Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, that's a dollar theater kind of model, but maybe that's what we are now. Like maybe that's how we start making our money back.
I mean, honestly, if they went back to, you can see matinees for $5-8, all of a sudden I think they start selling a lot more tickets.
Yeah. Well, I think they have to do 2 things. I think they have to get the ticket price really isn't the major problem, and tickets are expensive. Now, okay, I'm going to clarify that. Tickets for us are not really the problem. We're still, if we go to Monroe, we still get a matinee ticket for $10.
Right.
So, but we live in an area where you can get that ticket for $10. That's some cities that ticket's going to cost you $20.
Mm-hmm.
They have to find a way to get the runaway ticket costs under control.
Because that's how they're trying to recoup their money.
Well, that and by the large popcorn costing $12.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Popcorn, y'all's cheap.
I mean, it's all profit.
Like popcorn.
Does that go towards numbers for movies? It doesn't.
It does not. But that's how they're recouping their costs.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Which they're clearly not selling enough to do.
Right. Yeah.
So the cost of that stuff's all run away. They've got to do two things. They got to get the runaway cost in check because people can't afford it.
Yeah.
And the cinemas or the studios have got to be willing to go back to a 6-month release model for digital or streaming, or for digital streaming and physical media.
Yeah.
At least 3 months.
Yeah.
Prior to COVID, it was a 6 months was basically standard.
Yeah.
You saw it in theater, and they did that. In fact, once upon a time, it was a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
But they started doing that because you did your big summer blockbusters, and you could sell the Blu-rays for Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So
but they don't sell Blu-rays anymore.
Well, they do. I buy them.
Right, but that's not what they're trying to do. That's not where they're making their money.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick. Backyard Target says Back to the Future just made a bunch of money, and they just had it in theaters like 2 years ago. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think you need to wait for like special occasions to put some of these things back. I mean, the thing is, if you showed Princess Bride one weekend a year, I'd go every year. Back to the Future, same way. Star Wars, same way.
Lord of the Rings,
same way. I just want to go see those things.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah. And those are that's just quick off the top of the head things.
Yeah.
There are countless other movies.
I mean, Karate Kid made bank too, right? When they had it in on Fathom events before Cobra Kai came out.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The studios have to be willing to play ball on this. I don't understand how the studios can continue to make the kind of money they need to make without the cinema.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they can.
They can't continue to make the kind of. Oops, sorry. That was the wrong. I'm trying to respond to Nick. Yeah, that's okay. I'll just respond here because this is staggering. $18 for a popcorn, $12 for soda, and $20 for a ticket. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Come to Mississippi.
Right.
Where things are better.
Yeah. I mean, like, gosh, our stuff's expensive, but like $18 for popcorn, I just wouldn't be eating any popcorn. I'm trying to think what a large drink costs. I think a large drink's about $8. Yeah.
I think so.
But yeah,
so everything's about $4 less here, which that's for one person, that adds up pretty quick. $4 for each of your items, that's $12. But if you're taking 6 people to the theater, all of a sudden $12 per person more, that's a whole lot more.
Right. They're going to have to find some ways to work with people. They're going to have to work on some like family pricing or something.
Well, they had several, like a couple of them had memberships and things that.
The memberships are nice, but like they're not saving you that much. I mean, I got my membership, and it probably for a group of 5 of us gets us down to like 2020 pricing. It's
there
not.
There was no 2020 love.
Yeah, there was.
There wasn't. The year just slid into the void.
Hey there, sci-fi fans. We hope you enjoyed this clip from a previous live stream of the Science Fictionary podcast. We hope you'll go check out other episodes. We hope you'll hit that like and that subscribe button. And please go check out all of our friends over at the Red 5 Network. And as always, may the Force be with you.